everybody, my name is Kazar and I am a teaching artist with Mural Arts Philadelphia. Today we will be learning how to do black and white portraits. So I'm going to show you how to do a black and white drawing using a reference photo of your choice. I use tone tan paper, but you can do this exercise on white paper, newspaper, or paper bags. The materials that I use are pictured here, except for the ruler. You will need a ruler because we're doing the grid method. I have an eraser, black and white charcoal pencils, black and white pens. I use the white pens for details like the highlights, and the black pens for making some of the darker areas sharper. And you would like to have a range of graphite pencils, like from 4H, the very light pencils, to like maybe 2B to 6B pencils. They're very dark. And I have the Q-tips and paper towels for the blending. The first step, you're going to do grid on your blank paper. You will make 1 inch by 1 inch tally marks, and then going horizontally and vertically, and then just go through and make straight lines using a ruler. You would like to do the same thing on your reference photo. You want to have your reference photo and your drawing paper be the same size. So right here I have 9 by 12 boxes on both my grid and reference photo. I'm doing the outline here, looking at each box, trying to make sure that I have all of the details in the right places. When you do the outline, it's very good to use like a lighter pencil or not press down too hard, just so that it's not too hard to erase if you make a mistake. So I start my drawings off by doing the darker areas first and filling those in. This helps me because it helps the picture come together really fast, and at a certain point you can decide on how much details you want to have on your photo. So I'm still going through and doing some of those darker areas, and you can see I'm using the Q-tips to blend some of those parts that I'm drawing down. As you continue to shade, you'll start to notice that you have to go over a lot of areas, and you'll have to continue to go over some of the areas that you went over at first, making a lot of layers, and that's just kind of how drawing realistic photos go. I'm using the white charcoal pencil to make the highlighted areas, like such as on the nose or the upper lip and the forehead. So again, we're continuing to look at the reference photo and just trying to make it look as similar to it as possible. I like to use the graphite pencils for the touch-ups because they have a smaller point and they're less messy than charcoals, so it's better to get the details that way. So I'm just looking very closely at my reference photo on the computer so that I can get all of those details that make her face really unique to make the picture pop. Right here I'm erasing the background because we don't want those lines to show in our final picture, and then just doing more final touches using the pens and the pencils. Here is the final picture as I was done, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.